And we have been trying as a group to think of a way to honor him, honor his memory.
You got this.
Honor everything that he stood for. So what we have done is establish an annual award dedicated to excellence in community service, because we all know that that is what Mike dedicated himself to and dedicated his life to. Mike and I had discussed at length the contributions that Daryl and Veronica have made to our community over the course of so many years. And we are starting this annual tradition of this award in Mike's memory by awarding it to Daryl and Veronica. So, and the Expedition Church. I'd like to welcome Shannon to kind of talk a little bit about everything that they've done and welcome everyone else to chime in with that. And then later in our commission meeting, we'll have an official proclamation read, as well as some scheduled public comment with just everything that you all have done for our community, which is we don't know what to do without you. So everything that you have done through the years, whatever it is, you're there to help. And that's just like Mike. So thank you. Shannon?
All right.
Shannon, would you mind coming closer to the mic for the folks at home?
So for those that don't know me, I think I know everybody in this room, I'm Shannon. I'm the Public Works Director. I first heard about Daryl and his wife 2.5 years ago from Sally. And was a person that I was really looking forward to meeting. And had that opportunity last July, and it was as a result from Mike. Daryl and Mike had met and talked about city projects and their faith, and Mike sent me an email one day in July and said, I want you to arrange to meet with Daryl, and we had that opportunity in August of last year, and I'll tell you, when I first met Daryl, I sat down and my first thing I noticed about him was that he certainly was not from Montana. and so we got to know each other a little bit, and I thought it was really special that a boy from Alabama and a boy from Kentucky could be doing great things for the Park County and Livingston community. But you know, Daryl was really interested in doing work for the city, and I said, "Are you sure you know what you're getting into here?" I have a list as long as my arm of city projects. Our Parks Department certainly always has staffing challenges and budget challenges, and so I think the first list I gave him consisted of 8 projects, and not one of them was budgeted for less than $8,000. We continue to communicate from that August meeting, and actually had the opportunity to drive around the city and spend the afternoon together in early November. And again, it was really cool to get to know a person that I'd heard about for the previous couple of years, and get to know him better. And there was this aura about Daryl that just was comforting. His positive energy, his positive energy. I mean, he just put me at ease, and in my position, having someone around me that puts me at ease is a good thing. I felt very comfortable around it.
It's not easy.
We continued to text. I think we're not only friends, but we're texting buddies. And I'll continue to tell you a little bit about that. But we stayed in touch through the winter. I threw things at Daryl, asked his opinion about things like, construction of a picnic shelter at G Street Park, which we ultimately bought a prefab metal building for, and officially was up today. Daryl made a presence in March and April, and that's when he really got to work for doing city projects, specifically for our Parks Department. I connected him and Dan Baker together, and he went out and he put a new roof on the Sacagawea maintenance building. He painted the pool building and then for the changing rooms. He cleaned up and made the lagoon look immaculate before the fishing derby. He put steps at the band shell. I mean, the momentum that we had going into mid to late May was amazing. And I was telling Mike about it every time that we got something accomplished. I think one of the last things they did is help us move about 40 cubic yards of decomposed granite around the skate park and really help with the beautification of that. Let's see, I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And then unfortunately on June 3rd with Mike's passing, Daryl was one of the first people to reach out to me and offer his just his aura to talk to. Said anybody in my department, myself, he'd be happy to talk about that, and I very much appreciate that, and I'm very grateful for that. And you know, 10 days later, we have an unprecedented flood in our community, and I'll tell you, that's when Daryl was a godsend. It really was. I named him the director of sandbag operations and flood relief.
The sandbags are.
And when I was asked the other day if I had any photos of Daryl and his group helping out for the flood, he helped orchestrate filling 14,000 sandbags in less than a 24-hour period. We stayed in constant contact from that Monday through the following week, and being able to see his phone call come in or his text come in, it gave me reassurance that everything was going to be okay. And I know why we didn't really hit on all the list of projects that we had intended. There's never a doubt that he's going to be there and he's going to bring a team with him that'll successfully complete anything we do. So I apologize if it's a little unpolished, but this is coming from the heart. And I've told Mike that we needed to do something for Daryl well before his last day, and he had my back, and we were on the same page with that from day one, and I couldn't be more proud to be standing here today, acknowledging you for just the help that you've done for the city, and I know that George is going to tell you about some of the other things that you've done for other organizations, but I can tell you that the world's a better place, Livingston's a better place with Michael Kardoes and your influence on all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Also want to put out there that they assembled all the fans and filters last year
Yes,
during
they did.
the fire season.
You ready for George?
Yep, ready for George.
Yeah.
I'll make it quick because I don't know how much you'll let me talk, but when Michael first hired me, one of the first people I met, I believe it was during one of my initial interviews, was Daryl. And Michael told me, you know, this is a guy to know around here. And I didn't know what he meant at the time. And as you can probably guess, at the Food Resource Center, you know, we have a ton of volunteers, and we probably wouldn't get half the amount of stuff done without our volunteer base. Without these two, you could probably cut that number in half again, honestly. Whenever we have an urgent need at the Food Resource Center, back in June, we found out that the facility that we were storing all of our excess food in was going to be flooded by the river. Daryl was the first call we made. Instantly, we had a team together down there, saved all the food. And they're just the kind of people you can count on for stuff like that. And I want to thank the city for honoring Daryl, and what a great way to honor Mike as well. And yeah, I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Yeah, you mean the world to us, honestly.
I want to add something here. It's not just the Food Resource Center that Daryl and Veronica have helped over the years. It's virtually every nonprofit in this community they've helped and supported. And some of the efforts they have made and done, and just for the Food Resource Center, you know, that storage shed out behind the building, Daryl and his teams built it from scratch. They've done so many projects around the building and the programs. And then when some nutcase had an idea for a bakery, they demoed the old space in the Miles building there and helped build out a new bakery for the community. So Daryl and Veronica have got their finger on everything. And it's just remarkable, the spirit, the hope, the energy that they have brought to this community. Every community needs a Daryl and a Veronica.
Yeah. Speaking on behalf of the Livingston Ground Association, I had no idea you guys kept them that busy. You still got time to help out the rodeo. And without them, I'm not sure we could put on the class act that we do. I mean, these people are class acts. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say something. We're here thanking them today. There's one theme in the text messages that Daryl kept sending me. He was actually thanking me for giving him projects to serve this community. And I don't know what you can say about that. I mean, it's amazing.
So we do have a presentation for you. Come on up. So why don't you hold?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, just in time, all right.
So in honor of the Kardoes, this is the first annual award for excellence in community service.
Oh. Actually, I'm up there.
And you will certainly be a tough act to follow next year. Unless you want to go for two.
We need to make it needs to be a one and done. This is a tremendous honor. It's okay. Because of Mike, this is a tremendous honor. In the short time that I got to know him, I was influenced by him and his faith and his service to the community, and looked forward to many years of working with him. And so agreed with you. But we are better for having him in our life. And so this is a huge honor for that. For me, this is about our faith. This is about my faith. What I tell people all the time is that nobody loves this city. Nobody loves this county like Jesus does. And we believe that we, as followers of him, should reflect that love. And so it's just a living out of that we do what we do. This is our home. I'm from Alabama, but I got here as fast as I could. and this is where we want to live the rest of our lives. And being a part of the community means being a part of the community. And so that means in every way we can. And so this is a huge honor. I was not expecting this at all. And we are, and I accept this just so just this year, I accept this on behalf of not only my wife and I, Expedition Church, but also the about 375 volunteers that have served with us this year and will serve with us in the next few weeks as we finish up that part of our year. And so I accept it on behalf of all of them. Right at 1,500 people that have served with us from all over the country that want to pour into this community. And so, so thank you very much.
We actually got a plaque for the volunteers too.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's amazing.
I think it's in the paper.
That's awesome. Expedition Church volunteers.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's very kind.
We said to our best the other day. Donna,
I know.
she was so much fun. No, I just can't. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So city commission meets here and there. both places.
Yes.
And Mel have decided that they want to be here, and so.
Especially in summer, it's hot, it's air conditioning. My garage ain't air conditioned, that's what my office
So,
is.
you know, we're not today, I don't think.
So.
Good night to the folks at home.